Hi, this is Story Time with Miss Kelsey, and I'm Miss Kelsey. And today's storybook is How Do Apples Grow? We just bypassed September, and we're in October now, and it is apple season. And apple picking season's almost over, okay? And I thought it would be a good book just to learn about how apples grow. Okay, are we ready? Let's get started. Yep. Everyone loves to eat apples. Crunch. But do you know how apples grow? Do you? I don't know. We'll find out soon. Did you know that there are more than 7,000 types of apples? Whoa, that's a lot of apples. Apples start from a seed, from a tiny little seed, like these ones on the page. Okay? If you cut an apple open, you can see the seeds inside, like this. These are little seeds. And apples can have up to 10 seeds. Wow. Some of them don't, but some of them can have 10 seeds. But if you look at this picture, you have a stem right here with a leaf for the outside of the apple, along with the skin right here. All right, this apple is red. Now, are all apples red? No. Some are green and some are yellow. Okay, then you have the core of the apple here. All right, then you have the little tiny seeds inside. All right, yeah. Apple seeds start to grow when they are planted in soil and given sunlight, water, and fresh air. So you see, these children are planting apple seeds, okay? And they planted the seeds in dirt. They're giving it plenty of water. And look, the sun's out to help it grow. And there's lots of fresh air outside, all right? Plants use water, light, and air to make their own food. Yes, they do. They make their own food. The seed grows roots, which reach down into the soil. See, like this. See these little white lines? These are the roots. All right. This young plant is called a seedling. So this is called a seedling. Okay. And a green sprout with tiny leaves shoots up from the ground. See? This is what it looks like on top of the soil. And this is what it looks like underneath the soil. And worms help them to grow too. All right? It's okay to have worms in your garden. They are helpful. When the seedlings start to grow bigger and stronger, it becomes a sapling. Can you guys say sapling? Oh, good job. It takes 2 to 3 years for a seed to become a sapling. Wow, that's a long time. But that's okay. Apple trees take a while to grow. The saplings grow taller and become a tree. In spring, buds on its branches open into pink and white flowers. Look at that. So these flowers will turn into apples. Wow. Each flower will become an apple. That's what I just said. Isn't that cool? I think that's cool. There's a lot of apples on this tree. All right. No, my pages are sticking. I'm sorry. Ooh, look at this. Whoa. Inside the flower are the parts that make the apple grow. You have the stamen. You have the pistil, which is this whole entire part right here. This is called the pistil. You have the petals, which are these things here, the pink parts. And then you have the ovules, which are these little tiny dots in here. All right? These turn into seeds. Okay? And the stamens are covered in yellow pollen. The pistils has a small stinky tube. Bees fly from flower to flower, spreading pollen from stamens to pistils. Isn't that cool? I think that's cool. Let's see what else is in this book. When the flower petals fall, an apple starts to grow. See, so step 1, the flower petals start to fall. Step 2, oh my goodness, you have these little things right here, the pistils, right? Step 3, oh, look at that. You have this little green thing. And then step 4, it starts to look a little bit more like an apple. And then step 5, it becomes a big apple. Whoa. It takes a full summer for an apple to be ready to eat. Wow. I didn't know that, did you? I'm learning a lot from this book. I hope you are too. Here is autumn. Time for picking apples. Apples can be red, green, or yellow. Like I said at the beginning of the book. Isn't that cool? Apples are picked, packed, and shipped from the orchard to grocery stores and farmers markets. That's pretty cool. And the apples that fall to the ground are turned into cider. So, thud. So all the apples that are on the ground that you see from time to time when you're picking apples, they get turned into apple cider. Wow, that's so cool. Apples are delicious, and knowing more about them makes them even sweeter. So look at all the different ways you can eat an apple. You could do apple muffins. You could do apple butter. You could do just apple slices. Okay? Or you could just eat them whole. All right? You have apple pie, apple cider, apple sauce. All the different ways you can eat an apple. Apples are full of vitamins to help you grow. That's good. And they always say an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I also think it keeps the dentist away too. Now you know how apples grow. Good things are worth waiting for. Don't you think? I think so. So remember, you plant the seed, you give it plenty of sunshine, water, and air, and then it becomes a seedling. And then it becomes a sapling, okay? And then it becomes a tree. And it takes a good whole summer for an apple to go from here to here and be ready to eat. Wow, that is so cool. I hope you liked our story about how apples grow. I learned a lot from it, and I hope you did too. All right, this has been Story Time with Miss Kelsey. Bye.